And we're back. Sorry if my fan's loud. I need a fan. It's summer. You guys know I have my fan going even when it's winter. So today I was going to do like Summerskin makeup look and talk about some stuff. Some stuff in my real life. Possibly. We'll see. I've already cleaned my face, moisturized my face, primed my face, and I will say that for good skin, you need to have clean skin. You can't start with a dirty palette to put makeup over it. It's got to be looking as good as it can look. This is as good as my skin can look without what I'm about to do. How was everyone's 4th? I'll start with that. Finally got me some Shape Tape. It's been a minute. I've been trying to like dig out the old stuff out of all of my Shape Tape concealer containers, which I do anyway, because I feel like there's a lot that you can waste in these little things. This little sticky thing doesn't really reach it. But we're going to go ahead and conceal up some problem areas. And talk about that. I've been breaking out so badly all through here. And that comes with summer. It happens during the winter too. I don't know why. I just get really bad breakouts on my nose. It's always been a problem area of mine in adulthood. I never really broke out in high school and stuff, which I'm lucky for that. But at the same time, who the hell wants freaking adult acne? You know? I would have much rather to have broken out when I was young than have it now, but that's okay. And I always use this as my eyeshadow primer, my Tarte Shape Tape. We're going to be doing a little eyeshadow because I want to play with my new palette. But this is this video's main focus is going to be Summerskin. And so as you can see, well, I wetted my brush with water. I find it's a lot better for blending than setting spray, at least for me. And I just kind of tap through. I don't want to blend this out too much right off the bat, because that's my real problem area. I'm just going to kind of collect some product, if you will, throughout my face while I blend it out, and then I'll come back to that area. But yeah, I've been going through it a little bit. There's a lot going on. We'll start with my CPAP. Now, I went to go see the doctor to get a new CPAP. Like, I want to say we're going on a month. Could be a couple weeks, though. My perception of time is always skewed. And I called it in last week, like, hey, do you guys have my CPAP? And they were like, no. What was the ordering doctor? I let them know. We don't see anything. We'll call back Monday. That's when so-and-so will be here. And of course, Monday is a holiday. But I was looking online to see if they're open today, and they weren't. So I was like, whatever. So I have to wait till, I want to say they open back up tomorrow. But I can check after this. So I didn't even think to check today, because today is not a holiday, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's the 5th right now. So maybe they're open. Here's to hoping. So that has been affecting my ability to get a good night's sleep For those of you who suffer with sleep apnea, you guys know like how it can be really hard not having a machine. And so that's kind of what I've been going through. So when your body stops breathing, your brain doesn't get the proper amount of oxygen through the night, and then you wake up really lethargic and tired because your brain keeps waking you up, telling you to wake up when you stop breathing, so you wake up off and on throughout the night, and it's just not good. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And so that's what I've been up against. So that's already affecting my mental health, because sleep, oh, this is Juvia's place, by the way. Sleep is really crucial when it comes to like all around health. Like, you need to sleep, okay? Very important. So my mind's already been kind of like, you know? And then I got some interesting news from my sister, who told me that our ex-stepdad had passed away. And then I just like to pat it through with my finger instead of using a brush. Only because this is my real problematic area, and I want to make sure that this is really concealed. I mean, normal people with normal skin wouldn't have to do this extra step. But, I, however, do. I'm trying to think when my mom divorced my stepdad. It was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago. I want to say I was like 9, maybe 10. I don't know. It was a long time ago. So he hasn't really been in our lives for many years. Hi, Em. How are you? What are you doing? Happy to see you. So, it's not like he was a part of our life. Like, I mean, he was a part of my childhood from, like, the age of, like, I want to say 5 to possibly 11 or 12. I don't remember. Okay, my memory is really bad. I could be off. But we were married for a little while and it didn't work out. He was an alcoholic. He was just like my real dad, he was alcoholic. We just lit off fireworks. I mean, it's hard because the kids go to bed so early. It's the only way I can mentally function. Now my kids, I mean, during the summer, they go to bed later, like around 8 or 9. But like when it's not summer and it gets dark early, they go to bed around 7 o'clock. Sometimes as early as 6. So my kids are early sleepers. They've been trained this way. Well, when they're up at 6, well, they used to get up around 4 or 5, but they stopped doing that, thank God. Okay. So, but it's hard because they're not awake, like when all the fireworks are going off and everything. And they'll even try to stay up for it. So we did our best, like we waited till as dark as it could get. Luckily it was overcast, so we were able to light off some like day fireworks. Yeah. Early to bed, early to rise. So, my boy was up pretty late. He was up till 10, so he was able to look out. Like our house, on the top floor, you can see the entire city, and you can see all the fireworks. And here, fireworks aren't illegal. You can get the big bang, boom, boom ones, like the huge, I'm talking like the real fireworks, right? You can get those here. So, I mean, all you gotta do is look out, and there's a freaking fireworks show right in front of you. Of course, I made a special dinner, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was fun. it was a good time. But Buddy was looking out the window like, wow. And I tried to see if baby girl was awake, and she was sleeping. So I was like, oh, I'll just let this be our little moment. So it was cute. But the only footage that I could get was just of them during the day with fireworks. So it's cute either, nonetheless, though. But I swear they're the only things that really keep me sane. So I don't have my CPAP. It's going to be a little bit of a whiny video, and I do apologize in advance. I don't have my CPAP, so I'm going on no sleep. Found out my stepdad died a couple years ago, actually. It wasn't recently. His mother had passed, I believe, 2018, and then he passed away in 2020. So it was 3 years ago, okay, but we're just now learning about it. I don't really know if I want to delve into the full story of my stepdad, only because he was a really, like, not a good guy, you know? And I always want to respect people when they pass, no matter how, like, indifferent I feel, or, like, how I thought I didn't care, you know? Like, learning the news, I'm like, oh, well, he probably died of drinking, you know, because he was an alcoholic. But now that time's gone on, it's been, I think, over 24, almost 24 hours since I found out. I do care, you know? It's weird. It's like, why would I care for someone that I guess you could say despised for so many years? A lot of my PTSD stems from him. Thank you. I am feeling better. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're getting Temu? You guys with me? Why are you mad? Try to raise your budget to be able to order Temu once in a while. My 4th didn't go well. Thank you, Ricky. In reference to my comment yesterday, I was just saying my husband dies and I fell on the tubes. Yeah, it's been a horrific experience. I just want you to be cautious. No, I get it. And in all honesty, I probably won't share absolutely everything, but I will share little tidbits. There are certain things that I won't share because of watching your experience, nobody deserves that. No one. So, with that being said, he was kind of an asshole. I guess he was better than my father, because my father left. So he kind of was there to pick up the pieces, I guess you could say. And it just ended up being as bad as him. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. But yeah, he was a raging alcoholic. He like I said, he's pretty much the reason why I have PTSD. Like, one of the many reasons. I mean, I have countless traumatic experiences because of my alcoholism that I have PTSD. But that's a whole other vlog. That's not for today. But yeah, initially it was weird how your brain, like, makes sense of death, I guess. I guess that's what it is. I don't freaking know. Because at first, like, I didn't really care learning the news. I was like, I'm surprised he didn't die a long time ago. Like, I just assumed he was already dead in a way. It's awful to say. I'm sure that's pretty bad to say. Because of his alcoholism, you know. But no, he recently died, so that's kind of crazy. And I don't know what messages held for review. I didn't do that, sorry. not letting me see it, so. Sorry, I'm going to be zoning out and spacing off quite a bit, so you can probably just fast forward the minutes that I just stare off into space. If you're rewatching. But yeah, he wasn't really, I mean, he took us out camping, he took us out shooting, you know, he took us out, I mean, he'd buy us stuff from Toys R Us, you know. And in a lot of ways, he was a half-decent dad, you know. I'm going to give him brownie points for trying, because I know, as an alcoholic in recovery, how hard it can be. And I just thank God every day that I'm sober, and that I'm not putting my kids through anything like he put me through, you know. I'm blessed to be sober. Personally, I'm looking forward to when they are both removed from this thing we call life. No offense to anyone, but some people don't deserve the grace of life. I mean, I can agree with that to an extent, Ricky, like pedophiles and things like that, for sure. Like, I don't believe they deserve to live. But I mean, he wasn't a pedophile. Like, he didn't do anything sexually towards me, thank God, you know. It was more or less like drunken, creepy intimidation where I was scared for my life. You know? And then he and my mom fighting, and, you know, getting physical. And seeing that when you're little, it's scary, you know. I don't need to go into detail about anything, I don't think. You get the gist of it, right? So I don't really have to delve into that part of it, but I'm mostly going to talk about like how I handled it, or like how I thought I handled it, or how I'm still handling it. At first I didn't think I cared, like I said earlier. Like, I thought, oh, you know, I thought he was dead a long time ago. Like, that was my initial response. Oh, good job, Ricky. I'm glad you've been sober since 2006. Two years sober at April 16th. Right on, dude. See, we're doing great. I got 3. It would have been 12 years, but a sip is a slip, folks. I'm really loving this new Natasha Denona foundation. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel like you're wearing foundation. That's the only reason why I'm putting it on during the summer. But, yeah, my initial response was like, wow, he was still alive up until 2020, you know? And I don't think that was my real feelings on the matter. It might, maybe it is. I don't really know. I'm still kind of navigating how I feel about it, to be honest with you. And, hard. It's hard. It's a hard topic. I've already talked to some friends online, and I talked to my sponsor, and she's like, whatever you're feeling is okay. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't care, like, that's okay too. And I'm like, oh, okay, well. And I started to think about it. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel indifferent. I don't know. But look at that. Look at the coverage. I don't know if you can see that. And it stays on, too. Which is really nice. But when someone has such a big role in your life as a child, and I mean, everyone's not, nobody's perfect, right? There's not a single perfect person in this fucking world, okay? And anyone who says otherwise is full of shit, and they don't know. And now that I understand the disease of alcoholism so well, it almost in a lot of ways gives him a pass. You know what I mean? Because he was in his disease, and like, I mean, that doesn't make all the experiences and I don't know what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. It doesn't lessen my my experiences where like I was scared or I was fearful or I was, you know, by the traumatic events. It doesn't lessen any of that, but it gives an explanation for it. So, yeah. I think that's probably all I'm going to share on that. It looks more like a brute. I wiped it off. Well, yeah, I put my foundation right here, and I just use it for my face. Or I'll put it, like, on my... Dude, this eyeliner... I was going to try to do some swatches for you guys last night, and then I just realized, no, I'm too tired. I need to go to bed. Nick needs to figure out how to get on the panel. Oh, I know you do. Yeah, it's good to move past the past because life is too short, dude. You guys, we're not promised tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're just not. And that's why I've tried to be a lot less combative or ready to fight somebody. You know what I mean? It's just, it's mind numbing. Like, I can't. I just... I don't know. I don't get people that can just day after day like fight with people on here. I don't. Alright, so now that my face is totally concealed, like, I literally feel like I'm not wearing makeup with this foundation. It's great. I mean, I feel like I've handled myself pretty well all these years. Even now that I'm trying to, like, not react, considering what I've been through. I keep it pretty tight-lipped, you know, in comparison to what it could be. And that's by choice. I could get so many more views if I was battling with the people that have wronged me my whole entire YouTube career. You know, I could go on and on and on. I could do that all day. But to me, that's unhealthy. It's not gonna help my mental health any. So why? You know? There's nothing. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, so that's done, right? Now I'm kind of all about like cream products right now, only because it's summer. And cream products are really in, if you haven't noticed. And also for older skin, I feel like it looks a little better. But I'm going to go back into, I'm going to try this again. This is the Fenty Beauty Contour Stick. It's a little light for me, but we're just going to go with it. I mean, even somebody that's made my childhood not the best with memories, I can forgive. Do you know what I mean? Like my stepdad, I can forgive him for everything. You know? What the heck? Oh, I think this has white foundation on it. Let me get a different. Like, I can forgive the hell that I went through, right? As a kid. I can. And forgiveness isn't necessarily for the other person. It's mostly for you, to be honest. Forgiveness is not necessarily for the other person. I think that's where people get confused. Hi, Radiating Beauty. Hi, Danny G. I appreciate you for stopping by. Well, I mean, I was like that too. I was only a lipstick mascara girl until I got on YouTube. And then I started to have melasma to deal with, which was like really important to me that I fix that shit. Because it's in such a terrible area, like, you know. And so that's kind of where my obsession with makeup came about. Plus, it's fun, and it's therapeutic for me in a lot of ways. But yeah, no, my stepdad wasn't the greatest. I will say that, and that's all I'll say. I'm actually interested to learn how he died, because we don't know. Well, at least I didn't ask. I'm willing to bet money it had something to do with his alcoholism. You know? And then that just reinforces why I'm sober. Really. But he would always get into trouble, like with DUI and breaking probation, and we'd go visit him in jail. I mean, he had his moments. But again, now that I'm older and I know about addiction and I know about all that stuff, I can make more sense of the whole thing, you know? Which in a lot of ways is very healing, you know? So I didn't think I got PTSD from my stepdad, to be honest with you, because I've had way more well, more traumatic events in my life happened since my stepdad, and so I just assumed it was those things. But after years and years and years and years and years and years of therapy, I learned that a lot of my PTSD does stem from him, which is weird, because I never thought that that was the case. I just thought it was other things. I absolutely love these glow drops. I apologize if this is kind of if this is kind of like a boring, like depressing sort of stream, but I sort of needed it. I do. I need it. And that's that. You know, it feels good to talk about, seeing as I don't have therapy again until like the end, mid-month or end of the month. I'll have to call them and find out, so I don't miss this one. So I can't miss this one. It's very important that I actually make this therapy. But yeah, so, I mean, he was a character. Let's just say that. He was a character, okay? He was a character, to say the least, right? Who made my life very scary. I will share the reason why they got a divorce, though. My mom and him. I believe it was his something like 5th or 6th time back in the house, because he would always get kicked out because he was using or drink, you know, drinking or what have you. And my mom was like, no, can't do that around the kids, blah blah blah. And she let him back again, and I was like, no, it's either me or him. I'm gonna run away. And my mom, I think in that moment, probably realized the insanity of it all, and she told him to leave, and he never came back. Who knew it was that easy to get rid of him, right? I would have said that a long time ago. But there's a lot of healing in this. I feel like there is. And I also want to share some good things about him. Like, he wasn't always an awful person. I mean, for those of you guys that know alcoholism and the disease and, you know, addiction, we're not always shit people. It's only when we're, you know, we get too sauced up, we become shit people. And I mean, granted, yeah, he was sauced up most of the time, but there were times where he wasn't. And then those were the good times, you know. I'm missing so much. Sorry. Oh gosh. Okay. Have a blessed stream. Thank you, Ricky. Jenny, hope you're well. Bye, Ricky. And Bram doing great. Hope as well. It's whatever. Hey, Roger. I think what is profound about your sobriety is that you are easy able to recognize what your stepfather was to you and heal from that. Way to go, girl. Imagine your life without this clarity. I know. You know what, Denise? I was just thinking that too before I went live. Thank you for saying that. That's okay. No. There's no tears on this one. There's no tears on this stream. Because I was thinking that. I'm like, wow, if I wasn't an alcoholic, I wouldn't know, like, why he was such a crazy piece of shit. I would have no idea. I would just assume he's choosing to be that way, and that's certainly not the case, especially with alcoholism. That we don't choose that. We don't. We don't. We don't. It just is. That's why we can't drink. And so I did gain a lot, from that. Huge. He wasn't just being a shit because I was a bad kid. Or he struggled. He struggled, and I see that for what it is because I know about it. And that's a blessing. Who would have thought my drinking would be such a blessing, right? Very weird. Oh, thank you, Roger. I appreciate you. I tried. If you aren't trying to be the best version of yourself, then what are you doing? Even though the best version of myself isn't that great. You guys should have seen me in my drinking years. Well, actually, you did 3 years ago, didn't you? But it's funny. I don't know. Life's crazy. It's weird. And I knew that this stream would help me in some way. Like, I don't need to share every gory detail of, why he gave me PTSD. Or what, you know what I mean? Or why the situations in the past gave me PTSD. That said, that is not going to do anything for me. Or anybody. But I can acknowledge that, on his good days, he was a good guy. I didn't have a dad. Okay? He was my dad. Be right back. Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I had a really good father figure in my uncle. He was he had his shit together. He's still to this day. I mean, this is another reason why I had kids so late, because I kind of watched him, and he had kids way late in his life. Like, I want to say his firstborn, he was 40. And he did pretty well for himself in life, and he's an alcoholic in recovery. Now he's probably got 30-something years clean and sober. And I didn't really know what recovery was either, because he didn't really talk about it, because we're just kids. Like, he's not like, I'm in recovery. But my mom would always say, oh, your uncle's at his meeting. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't really know what it was for. I just assumed it was, business related. But, as I sobered up and went to rehab and all that stuff, he helped me through all that. And I'm blessed he stood, kind of came in as a father. He took me to my father-daughter dance. I'm blessed that I had him as, to be, a real strong, father figure, a good father figure, not every guy's a drunk idiot who, I mean, he was a really good example for me growing up. Sorry, I'm using the cream highlighter. And I'm just pressing it down into my skin right here. But not everyone has that. Not everyone has a fatherly example. I mean, a manly example, And I was lucky to have him. I mean, he's in California now, and I only see him, probably once every few years. But, it was a blessing. He still is a blessing. Him and his wife send all the kids, clothes. Because they got, 4 kids. And whenever they grow out of their clothing, they send a big box our way, which saves literally thousands of dollars. But my stepdad wasn't all evil. Okay, he had his moments. He had his moments where he was a good dad. Well, I guess letting us eat candy at night really isn't good. Or buying us toys from Toys R Us. Well, when he would take us out camping. He bought me a 4-wheeler one year. And I wasn't that into it because I was, I don't know, I just wasn't. I don't know how old I was. I was pretty young. And it actually kind of scared me more than it did anything else. But it's the thought, you know. So he tried. And I think that's what's most important. You know, as long as you try to be a good person and a better person, it's all that really matters. If you're just sitting there being a shit person and not changing your life or your ways or anything about it, and you're just going to continue to be that way, life has a funny way of turning it around on you. You give what you get. And granted, my little makeup vlogs or my shares about my drug dad, you know, may not give a lot to a lot of people, but somebody may relate. Somebody may have experienced the same thing. Like maybe they had a shit stepdad and their passing was interesting. You know, like I don't know how to navigate it really. I've already worked my steps in reference to him. Back when I got sober 12 years ago. But maybe it's worth revisiting. I don't know. That's something that I gotta think about. Alright. I'm glowing, okay? That's how I do summer skin. Cream highlighter, cream contour, cream blush. Can't believe I forgot my cream blush. Okay, so when I got this, it was broken. But I sprayed some alcohol on it, and now it's good to go. I'm not going to use this part of it anyways, though, because I'm trying to stick to the cream theme, which is, you know, cream blush. Can't talk. And I'm just going to use my fingers. I mean, if someone can gain something from me sharing about this, you know, that will make me happy. Plus, it's helping me, too, in a lot of ways. Which, I'm grateful for you guys to listen. I know, you're one of the ones that got me, all about cream makeup. I forgot what it was. I don't remember. But I know Just Dan's trying the cream stuff out. There's a couple, like, people in the community that I'm, like, I've been watching, and you guys have, I'm into the cream stuff now, okay? I love it. Absolutely love it. It's true. I'm like, oh, her skin looks good. I want my skin to But, you know what I mean? Like, there is a different, when your skin starts to change and stuff, at least mine, like how it gets really dry in the summer now, which is weird because it never did that before. Like I've always had really oily skin, and now, like I put a dab of lotion on my skin and it drinks it. Like literally, you can watch it in real time. I should do a video. It's really gross, but it helps. It helps. Eyes are watering. I'm not crying. But yeah, he wasn't all bad. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know, because I never had that problem. But anyway, that's what it's doing now. But Summerskin, I think it looks pretty good. My melasma's covered. I look shiny. My skin looks hydrated. Here comes my cat. Please don't knock this down. He likes to make a mess of things. He's special needs, and so he's deaf, and he's laying down, so we're okay. But yeah, I mean, all I gotta do is put some mascara on and some lippy and call it a day. And I'm done. That didn't take very long at all. It's what, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I started out with cream contour and stuff, and I was always like, I'm not using powder, and then finally I was like, fine. Oh my gosh, I love powder so much. And then now I'm like, oh gosh, no. Unless it's like a mineral powder or something, there's no need for it for my skin. Now I'm going to do probably a quick eye, or maybe just do mascara and a lippy. I think that'd probably be best because I'm... Aww. Hi, Crazy Blonde. And I have to go through all my kids' clothes again because it's time to re-up again on clothing. Like, I said I was going to try this Bella Pierre lip gloss. It came in my Slay Glam box, and I got a few of them. And summer's really where I use lip gloss the most. It's a little much. I kind of feel like, I don't know. I need to go through all my kids' clothes. I know, it's my least favorite thing to do. It really is. Because summer back to school shopping's coming up, and they need a bunch of stuff. Okay. I'm just sitting here thinking about what I'm gonna do. Get your shit together. Let's see. Mascara. Check. A different lippy than Bella Pierre. Check. Not that anything wrong. I actually don't mind it. It's not as sticky as a lot of lip glosses usually are. So I'm the type of person, if I feel like I have makeup on, I just want to wipe it all off. Okay? I don't know. With age, I just started to... I don't know, it bugs me. Like, I literally will have to wipe my lip gloss off if it's too sticky. And this isn't sticky. It dries fine. And it's not, doesn't feel like there's a bunch of, like, goop on your lips, which I can't stand. So, we're going to go in with two different mascaras. The Lawless, the One and Done mascara. And the Pure, which actually, this is a great find. I got this in BoxyCharm. I think I got both of these in BoxyCharm. And they're both really good. So, I'm happy with that. This was the palette that I wanted to use today. But, I don't know. I think that's probably for another day. Only because I was talking about some kind of deep stuff, and I just want to keep this quick and simple. But yeah, I appreciate anybody who stopped in to listen or will listen after the fact, which is what a lot of you guys do watch anyway, and I appreciate that. The only reason why I do live streams though is because it doesn't take forever for my live stream to post. It's just instant practically. And I prefer that a lot better than, like, recording something for an hour and then waiting for it to upload. And it's just, this is easier for me for now. And I appreciate you guys, you know, your continued support, and thank you. But yeah, learning of my stepdad's passing was very interesting. I'm still kind of navigating my feelings about it, and I should probably check on my mom, make sure she's okay, because that was her ex-husband. Aw, thanks, Crazy Blonde. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and... Initially what I was gonna do was talk about what a terrible person he was. And then I'm like, wait a second, why would you do that? Like, that's awful. I think that's where grief is so weird that with me, when I'm sad, I always get angry first. That's my first emotion is I'm fucking, oh, I'm sorry, I'm pissed. I am so mad. That's where my grief goes. It goes into anger. And I need to really recognize, it's hard to recognize it while it's happening, but I really need to like work on that. We're all works in progress. At least I will forever be learning and trying to fix myself. That's why I'm in therapy. That's why I'm in recovery. That's why honestly, I have my channel in a lot of ways. It's helped me with a lot of that kind of stuff too. And I'm grateful. It's how most people feel at first. Yeah, like I just get so mad. I don't know why. I get so upset. It's weird. I want that to stop because I don't want to be mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to feel the feelings I'm supposed to feel. Well, I guess that is part of grief, is that whole cycle of like anger and then sadness and then I don't know. It's weird. But I'm trying. That being said, I'm gonna go entertain my husband and my kids and feed them food because Lord knows they can't do it themselves. I'm totally being an ass right now. Aw, that is true, Denise. I never thought of it that way. Well, not to say that not having friends was a bad thing. I kind of like clickbaited that a little bit. I don't really think it's a bad thing to only have a couple people that you really trust. You know what I mean? I actually think that's quite good. But you're right. This is a group of friends. We are a group of friends here. And we learn a lot about each other by watching each other. You know, and we get to, you almost feel like you know the person. And we're grateful to have that. Have a beautiful rest of your day. You as well, crazy blonde. Yeah, that would make sense. Denise. As you get older, your friendship group gets smaller. And that's okay. There's really nothing wrong with that. It's just I found out what little, close friends that I had when he passed, because the only people I could tell, aside from YouTube, were two people. And I'm like, oh my God. But I mean, that's not bad though. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It really doesn't. And I even think about it now. I used to say, oh, it's because I left California. You know, that's where all my friends were. But all my friends partied. I wouldn't be friends with them anymore if I was still sober. So, it is what it is. Have an amazing week. Enjoy yourselves. Stay positive, even though it's hard sometimes. And I will catch up with you guys soon.